All right, we're gonna dick around with some PS4 backwards compatibility. Super Stardust Ultra ran at 60 FPS anyway, so I don't expect there to be a lot of surprises here. But Stardust rules, and it is unfortunately the kind of game that that is not on or not launching on Sony properties anymore. Oh, Nexus? Yeah, I guess I'm the inside gaming guy. Used to be. Hell yeah, Housemark. Trying their best. Ooh. Good Ash. Thank you for the Prime. Whoa.
Stardust.
I never played it in VR. Oh, Warhand Games. Thanks for the Prime sub. Hey, Baz. Good to see you. Who can say no to this sick drum and bass?
Get ready.
I am ready. So, see if I can remember all the buttons.
Welcome up. Welcome up.
Is this ray tracing? You know it. I mean, props on the backwards compatibility, though. This is something that, like, I was waiting on Sony to message, and it's really solid and really easy to just download. Like, it's pretty easy. It's pretty directly labeled of which PS4 games you can download, whether or not they've been like tested and certified to be backwards compatible. And apparently, a lot of the backwards compatibility is really, really good. And I don't know why Sony didn't say that. It was just Cerny being like really generic and weird. Almost 100 of the most popular PS4 games will be playable. I'm like, what does that mean? I mean, it turns out they were right. It's just weird that they weren't more specific of like, yes, you can play God of War. Yes, you can play Stardust. The one game on everyone's lips. Everyone needs to know if they'll be playing Super Stardust for the next 7 years. I see that. Give me that. Oh! It was worth dying for. First impressions so far, which console would you recommend? I mean, at this point, whatever one you can find, recommendations are kind of moot when it comes to practical advice. I also didn't get the chain. Womp womp. Apart from that, unfortunately, it does kind of get down into how you play games and what sort of games you want to play. Which is another way of saying that the console generations are actually pretty similar right now. So it is kind of down into the minutia of, like, first of all, what you can even afford, like what you can buy. But apart from that, what kind of experience you're hoping for. PlayStation does look like it's leaning heavily into being a prestige brand, of being like a curated artistic experience of nothing but the highest and finest qualities. Whereas Series X is a little more like, hey, we'll come to you. We're a box that plays games and plays them as well as we can possibly make it play them. So if you want the smaller, or sorry, if you want the bigger first party, you know, Sony just can't be beat in that regard. Kind of like Nintendo, like you're just never going to get Nintendo quality of non-Nintendo platforms. In terms of cross-plat, though, I feel like it's a little early to say, because some of the bullshittery with like Activision and COD and stuff makes it's kind of down to how the individual platforms curate their games, what their store experiences are like, what their library browsing is like. I feel like in terms of UI, the Series X UI is just a teeny tiny bit faster. Just a teeny tiny, but not in a meaningful way, unless that matters to you. And then we're kind of back to like, well, what are you looking for? So yeah. Series X has just a few features that the PlayStation 5 doesn't have. PlayStation 5 has got a lot of software that the Series X doesn't have. I think software ultimately matters, so I think most players will probably prefer PS5 over Series X. Which, you know, it's kind of been the case for a while, right? So nothing new there. Nothing new or groundbreaking. They got the games, bro. That's all that ever mattered. Yeah. Most of the time. I mean, like I said, like Stephanie doesn't really care about those Sony big first-party games. She doesn't really. It's just not what she's into. There are plenty of people who don't care about Demon's Souls. I don't think the DualSense is fun so far. I haven't played Astro's Playroom yet. I don't know that feature alone is enough to like really topple it. But the DualSense form factor is so much better. It's getting it closer to where the Xbox controller is for me. I've been Xbox platform over PlayStation for a long time purely because of the controller, and a couple of other very small annoying things. But I know that the controller doesn't bother other people, so it's like gotta keep that shit in mind. I'm just gonna clear this world and then we'll try another backward compatibility game. I'm curious to death about God of War. I can't wait to see how that goes. And Wipeout. I mean, Wipeout ran at 60 anyway, so I'm just glad it's still around. Oops. No, my multiplier. Shit. I'm not playing well. That's okay. I maximized my weapon. Which there's one thing a gamer loves to hear, it's that their weapon is maximized. But yeah, you can't play fucking Stardust on a Series X. You know? That's just not gonna happen. Oh, Pop-Tart! Hey! How you doing? Oh wait. Oh wait, they haven't done your operation yet? I thought it was last time you told me it was gonna be yesterday, but I guess it's not. Still hasn't happened. I'm good. I was wondering how that went. Apparently not well. Or not at all yet. See here. Surgery got pushed until tomorrow. Surgery was incredibly behind, which is fine. What frustrates me, though, is the hospital schedule and arranged everything. My 4th COVID test results expired today. They called and said I have to do a 5th one. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. I mean, the partial good news... I mean, never mind. There is no good news there. But I am kind of glad that at least everybody seems to be getting fully... Like, to make society move forward now, everyone's getting super used to just getting tested all the time. That's definitely been a thing in LA. If you want to be a part of any production, you get tested like 18 times. God damn it. There, I wanted to get gotta get a little ice splitter for the next world, you know? You gotta think ahead about these things. Oh man, we are gaming now. Hell yeah. That boss theme kicks on, bro! Whoa. Finally set a high score on PS5. Oh, Ice Splitter's third world. Oops. I couldn't quite remember. I knew by the end of World 1 I was already leveling up the next one. I couldn't remember if it was Gold Melter or Ice. Eat my ass, UFO. I'm the real Stardust. Whoa! Encryption destroying particles. United States has an at-home test. They are pushing we get it in Canada. Yeah. Trying to figure out a way to just barrel through this.
Get that gold melter activated.
Melt that gold. Sweet, sweet melter. Hold on. I gotta melt the numbers. Let me melt all the numbered ones. I'll try something else. But yeah, I mean, Xbox don't have Stardust. Sony don't have Lost Odyssey.
Weapon overdrive.
Oops. So yeah, you gotta try pretty hard. You gotta dig a little deep to get the get those exclusives on Xbox. I still insist that Microsoft/Rare don't get nearly enough credit for how good of an experience Sea of Thieves is and how unique of an experience it is.
Weapon up.
But it's not for the gamers. It's fine. It's not for your people who want that, like, people who want to win forum arguments aren't citing Sea of Thieves about why Xbox is the better console. But to, like, I think about it, like, of everyone that plays games, you know? A 12-year-old. If I were a parent of a 12-year-old, I'd get them a Series S and a Game Pass subscription and let that be that. I don't care that your friends are playing Spider-Man. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have $500? Because I don't think you do. I think I'm the one with the $500. Also, I can't even buy one for myself, so whatever. Let's see if these until I encountered other players. That's part of it, though. They're pirates. They're not supposed to be nice. But yeah, other players are sure something. But count as exclusive if it still comes to PC. I mean, maybe. If you're talking about what console to buy, I'm gonna assume that you're not at the level of already having spent $1,500 on a gaming PC. Also, like, and if you're taking it to like forum console wars, then Microsoft still wins, right? There's still I have SpongeBob. I have yet to run into a toxic Sea of Thieves player, but that's just me. Like, I imagine griefing can probably be a big problem in that game. All right, what else we got? Yeah, I know Bloodborne is here, let's check out Wipeout. I spent $2,800 on my gaming PC. Nice. Did you play any Doom off stream this week? No. I just played a ton of Destiny 2. No, I'm basically only streaming Doom. I don't play it off stream. I saw a Game Pass style option to buy a PS5 monthly. Oh man. I mean, I signed up for PS Now because I might as well. Okay, my saves are not here. Do you have to manually sync them? Alright. Where would that be? Hold on. Maybe under data? No. It's usually in a jump menu off the game. But triangle doesn't do anything anymore. There we go. Do you have to start the game over? Because I remember them saying that it would take like extra effort to make Spider-Man saves cross over. So I guess there's no inherent cross save, which is a pretty big mark in the maybe in PlayStation Plus settings. Yeah, maybe. Pretty big mark in the favor of Microsoft. They make all that shit so transparent. But yes, you could be right. Maybe it's a setting somewhere. Ah. Okay, here we go. Maybe this is it. I'm gonna need that. There we go. I don't know what else Is there any other game I'm ever gonna conceivably play again? Bloodborne? I mean, Galgun double piece. Of course. Yeah. It's in system save data? Okay. I do like that they've kind of gone back to the ethereal synths of the PS3 for the the menu. You're floating in the game ether until you like launch a game and then you fly into that. Hey, what's up, a dog Fifi? How you enjoying the controller? Do you think the rumble feature could be a thing for PC gamers that use the controller? I don't think a PC game is going to support the same level of rumble that the PlayStation 5 will. Not that it couldn't technically do it. I just think that there's a bare like cross-platform usually hits a bare minimum, because why would you invest a lot of like let me put it this way. Let's say I'm making a PC game, or I'm making a cross-generation or a cross-platform port. I'm making this game for PC, for PlayStation 5, for Series X. It would take like an engineer or a developer maybe 3 days to go in, figure out the APIs on PC, program the game to talk to the PlayStation controller the same way that it does through Windows, that it does the PlayStation console, to make sure that you can access all the little rumble motors in there, and make sure that it aligns one-to-one. That's another thing you have to bug test as well. That's a lot. It's not a lot, but it's time and money to spend on a feature that very few people are going to care about, especially when the like Venn diagram of people who are playing on PC and using a DualSense controller and playing that specific game and care enough about force feedback to even care about that feature. That's so tiny. That has got to be like, what, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 people? Let's say it's 10,000 people. I don't even know that that's enough. Did you hear that Alana Pierce will be nominated for the Game Awards? You think it was for amazing work on Inside Gaming? I mean, I don't know why anyone's nominated for anything. I think it's probably more for her podcast and her independent work, and her work in accessibility and stuff like that. So yeah. Chopsmeister, thank you for the Prime Gaming. Thank you very much. And a dog Fifi, thank you for the Prime. Jojo, thank you for the Prime. Highly recommend checking out the new Cyberpunk gameplay trailer. Oh no, I've seen it. Yeah. All right, let's try this again. Let's see if my save's there this time. Oh, I wasn't on that at all. Let's try it again. So it's possible, but I don't think anyone's going to pay to do it. I don't even think it's going to be that widely supported on the PlayStation system in non-first-party games. For like every Sony first-party game is going to have it, on the way that every. Okay, good. It is here. Great! Yay! Good job, Sony. It wasn't quite as completely seamless as Xbox platform, but good enough. Oh, I didn't finish 2050 campaign.
AG Systems Fighter.
You thought of playing DMC5 Special? Yes, but there's so many other games. There's so many other games. Yeah, exactly right. The touchpad, it just became Big Select after a while. Or like the back pad on the Vita. Like, first-party devs tried to use it. No one else did. It's better than that. Like, well, actually, Final Fantasy XIV used the trackpad in a really cool way. It's more useful than that. But I still feel like it's a fringe feature that devs are not going to, like, go out of their way to spend money on supporting. Unless Sony goes after them and says, hey, please support this. Oh boy, I don't ever play in first person. Makes shooting the cannon a little bit easier. Oh, cool.
Cannon.
Actually makes hitting boost pads a lot easier. Oh god, doing rolls is going to be ridiculous.
Cannon.
There's a shortcut there I absolutely need to hit. Holy shit.
Cannon.
That's okay. This is the power of the PS5, even though it ran in 60 on PS4, so it's fine. At least it's still here. At least it's still here. That's what matters.
Cannon.
You can download it and play it and remember when Sony was more than Spider-Man.
Cannon. Cannon.
Fuck. I can't. I don't know what that line looks like in first person anymore. Alright, I'll have to remember it. Because you have to, like, swing wide and then cut in.
Final lap.
I know that I'm going to be winning this race.
Cannon. Cannon.
Oh god, and that roll is so disorienting. Oh my gosh.
Cannon.
Playing this in VR is phenomenal, by the way. So you gotta cut in then and then cut into the right. Ah, okay, almost got it. Getting through that clean is kind of important. Let's do a little more civilized of a camera angle here.
Race complete.
Yeah, no, they did a VR update for this game, and it's intense. It's very, very intense. Also, the loads are gone. They're just completely gone.
AG Systems Fighter.
Well, this is here, but going back to the the main menu is really, really fast. Okay, this is actually taking an amount of time. Update title? Oh, right. I mean, I'm going to be bouncing around between a lot of stuff, but you're right, I should. It's just the game. Lana Pierce used to be on Instant Gaming with me, but they moved on to become huge stars in the video game. Now, Lana was a huge star before. Don't get that twisted. She was working at IGN. She was already an established name. It was kind of a big get for Rooster Teeth to hire her.
Cannon.
She was probably the biggest name at Funhouse, actually, now that I think about it.
Cannon.
There we go.
Cannon.
New lap record.
Cannon.
God, that bump sucks. I don't know how to... I
Cannon.
want to get through that without launching in the air. I think I have to let off the gas just a little bit so that I don't fly up off that hump.
Cannon.
Lines off. Whatever.
Cannon.
Final lap.
Try this. Just off a little bit. Okay. There's probably a better way to angle that so that you hit the ground earlier. Maybe over here and then over there. Ah! Oh! Yeah, you gotta cut the inside real hard on that last turn. Whoa! Whoa! Yeah, Red Moth. Yeah, that's a ride. I'm sorry you had to learn about that this way, but
Pass. First place.
things were handled. The world is in a better place now, I can promise you. Hell yeah, Elite Pass. Okay. So, Wipeout is there. It runs. Awesome. Let's go to... Oh yeah, fucking Killzone Shadowfall, bro! Motherfucking Shadowfall! This game I actually probably want to replay. Shadowfall was one of the best PS4 games. I remember it being one of the best PS4 games, but no one cared. Because everyone was over Killzone at that time. And like... I don't know, man. Shadowfall is such a... I remember being such an incredible shooter that no one gave a shit about. Load up some Excite Truck. Put my MP3s on an SD card.
Vectins and the Hellgast ended in seconds.
It was a launch game, yeah.
They call it the Terracide.
This game's actually way louder than...
Lives lost in the Petricite fires that swept Helgen's surface.
You're gonna play Knack? I've heard Knack runs really well
Nothing
on
more than a
PS5.
lifeless
Maybe it's
rock.
time to finally play through Knack.
In the days that followed, an uneasy truce was negotiated and a settlement was reached.
Oh, Deaf Moon, same here, man. I'm not super envious of people getting PS5s. I'm actually really happy for them.
Given
Because, yeah,
refuge on an
everyone who legitimately buys a PS5 is one less that a scalper has. And Steph was able to grab one, so
Destruction.
I'm able to sit here and play a 7-year-old game. So I can't be
Half of
salty
the
about it.
planet was given over to the survivors. And the Vectans that lived there were forced to leave. This was no longer
Killzone is the fastest age-out FPS I've ever seen.
Hogan.
Well, it's because it was made. It was tailor-made to target a specific group at a specific time. Shadowfall tried to like branch it out a little bit stylistically, but yeah, Killzone 1. There's Killzone 1 through 3. There's not a lot going on to those games. Killzone was super good. It was trying to be graphically intensive on a PS2. It was really slow. There was tons of lag because they had so much post-process on it that the game played really soupy and shitty. Then again, a lot of console shooters back then did because they were chasing visual fidelity over like game feel.
Can't take everything.
Look at the 60 FPS.
Listen.
Get your backpack on.
This is tough.
We're going to Grandma's.
Choice. We have to get to the wall. We'll be safe.
Oh, that's right. It's got an artistic intro.
I'm gonna look out for you. I need you to do the same for me, okay? You're gonna be my second in command. Let's go.
Oh, the shooting and firing of the weapon felt good? Yeah. That was also... There was a rash of insanely loud, brash, intense war shooting games around then, too. Because, like, remember loading up Black and, like, how outrageously loud and ridiculous the gunfire animations were? There's a lot of gun porn, and that was very present in Killzone.
This way, quick.
It's funny, everyone got up about Sony dads after God of War, but Killzone Shadowfall opens with Dad. Dad being Dad. Also, this game has like crazy cyberpunk visuals, which is really, really cool.
Come on.
Look at this shit. Look at this. Blah! I remember the PS4 came out shortly after I moved back to LA. So I remember being in my apartment, my like shitty bachelor apartment with my legal weed and my crappy IKEA sofa that I'd already broken, just high as hell playing Shadowfall meme like, oh, sick, bro. It's great to see it at a high frame rate.
We're gonna be okay, Lucas. I promise. This isn't forever. We'll be back. This is Vecta. This is our home. And it always will be. I want you to remember that. Okay? Now don't make any noise and stick to the shadows. Come on.
So look at this. I'm getting dad talked. I'm a tiny gamer getting dad talked in a Sony game. Why didn't everyone like this game more? Shadowfall is one of those games that fell into a weird gap. Like kind of like you were saying, everybody felt like they aged out of Shadowfall despite Killzone, despite a really honest attempt. Ah! 8-year-old caught a bullet to the head. Sony! What is this? This is Killzone Shadowfall, running on a PS5. I think there are a lot of people, like with PS5 in hand, this game running at 60 FPS. Hopefully there's a lot of people who will give this game a shot now. Because I think it's on PlayStation Now. This game came out at a bad time. Yeah, no one gave it a shot because it was a launch title and it was Killzone branded. But it really isn't like the other Killzone games.
Okay, don't move until I tell you.
Not to mention, there are whole sequences in this game where it is sort of Crysis-like. You're in a huge open world arena, and you have this awesome like grappling hook to get yourself around. And there are like Halo-style encounters where there's like this encampment of dudes, and you can like recon and scout it out from multiple high places and like pick off some guards and then go in yourself. And
As long as we're smart, we'll be fine.
I think the art style of Shadowfall wasn't as distinct as 1 through 3, regardless if you like those games or not. I kind of agree with that. Killzone 1 through 3 was much more of like big bad army men in space, whereas Shadowfall was more like gritty, nuanced, cyberpunk, District 9 kind of stuff.
These things need to give up.
Hey, Tiarwa. Hey, thank you for the sub. I'm having a great day. Any day with new console is a great day.
Okay, we're clear.
Is this game worth it for PS4? I mean, I would say so, yeah.
One of us?
But it's running it. Look at this buttery 60 FPS though. I don't remember this game being this clean. It lacks the greediness. Yeah. Hold on. Zezinizzle? Zezinizzle. There we go. Yes. It's funny you say that it was like World War II in space, because that's literally what it was. They were space Nazis. Because recall that World War II shooters were also big back then. So Killzone was straight up just, it was Halo and Call of Duty smashed together. And that is like as dumb as it gets, but that's literally what the brand was built on, is trying to be a popular shooter, which I think also made it very forgettable. Do you think IGN has some fundamental flaws in how they engage in their news and reviews video games and how they handle what's happened to the writers plagiarizing? No, Sean, not really, no. If you compare, like, how many times has the writer been caught plagiarizing? Twice? Versus the, what, tens of articles that go up every day? People that follow games media tend to judge outlets by their worst or most extreme examples. Makes sense. Everyone does it. But you got to acknowledge somewhere in there that there are days and months of tons of articles that come and go, and no one ever thinks about those in context of, like, SJW articles or
Why are the Hellgas doing
yeah,
this to us?
stuff like that.
There was an agreement. We were guaranteed safe passage out
Hey,
of here.
buddy, I don't like it any more than you do. But until
You
you
missed
get
a few
to
subs.
the
Oh.
wall, it's their rules.
Thank you for letting me know.
Like I said, you're gonna need some help.
Yeah, also,
You can get us to the
poor
wall.
journalism is not a video
Safely.
game exclusive
Look,
problem.
the South Crossing is closed, so we're gonna.
But thank you for letting me know. Pop, thank you for gifting a sub to Mikoi. Are you? Should you be
What's your
gifting
name?
right now? You should be resting. You should be
I'm
taking
Michael
it easy.
This is my son.
Animo
Lucas.
Games, thank you for the prime. Be named Jasper, thanks
We're
for
gonna
the
go back
sub.
outside. I want you to stay close to me and don't make any noise, okay? You're doing great. I'm trusting you.
Dad's a smart man, kid. Let's go.
How's PS5 so far? It's a really good experience. And the PS4 backwards compatibility is a lot more
Belongings on the road.
valuable than I thought it was going to be.
Stay together. Keep moving. What's up?
Door's jammed. Something blocking that door.
But like, man, I will take 60 FPS any day. This is so great.
It's like a squeeze through, drop down, and
For a long time, I just sort of synonymized console with sub 60 FPS. So hopefully with this generation, if we're moving up to 60 being the standard, or at least having a 60 FPS mode no matter what. I love the fact that the console's quiet.
Come on.
I hate that it's huge, but I'll trade size for,
There, I want you to stay out of sight.
like, sound bothers you no matter what. Size only matters when you're figuring out where to put it the first time.
Sure.
So whatever. They made the right call there.
seems like a good kid.
He's always had his own way of doing things.
Engineering wise, I think it's an incredible machine. Sony's chip at the chip level, Sony's engineering has always been absurdly good. Same with Microsoft, really. I think they both put out very good high performing pieces of hardware.
Lucas, over here.
But man, PS5 just, it's got that little dash of sweetness. Maybe it's because it's less of a reconstituted PC. I love that it's all on one board, and it's just got one giant ass fan, one giant ass heatsink. Hell yeah! Notice any 3D audio? No, I mean I'm playing a PS4 game on headset, so that's why I don't like Alana Pierce, because she was employed by this dishonest organization, which she's clearly taking after that kind of journalism, if you want to call it that. Well, Sean, she is a trained journalist. She does have a writing degree, and you're calling IGN a corrupt company based on one or two instances of writers getting dinged for copying verbiage from other things. No, I'm just a sweet child. So it's not, your opinion's a little extreme. Also, like, drawing parallels between two instances of a separate writer plagiarizing things, going directly into I don't like her because she worked for them. You're going to be hard pressed to find people that you like, because everyone's connected to something in this life that's not ideal. So
Something blocking that door.
it's not like it was Alana's job in Australia to monitor the writing of somebody in the United
Might
States.
be able to squeeze through, drop down, and clear what's blocking.
So by that token, Sean, you shouldn't be watching this stream, because there are people at Rooster Teeth who have done some very bad things.
He's the only one small enough to fit through there.
Question, you always mention the 60. Is it really that a deterrent to the performance of any given game to have it at a base 30 compared when you use 24? It's fine. And when you use film. What really gives 60 FPS such a pro? Honestly curious.
Sure.
Couple of things. So film is not interactive. Sounds obvious, but it
Seems like a good kid.
it matters. So I wanted to do some math. Here, let's do some math. Lunar, yes, but but Sean's got a bit of a curtailed tone, so I'm trying to be reconciliation is great, and I'm not gonna, like, if somebody comes on a little strong and then they dial it back, that's a good thing. That shouldn't follow people around. Free XP, thank you for the Prime sub. I did not complete Doom on Ultra Nightmare yet, unfortunately. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. There's 1,000 milliseconds in a second. That's what milli means. If you divide it by 60 frames per second, that means each frame has 16 milliseconds between them, because video is just a series of still images shown to you to create the illusion of motion, right? Now, let's say that that's 24. It's cinematic. Now it's 41.6 milliseconds in between frames. That's more than double the time. A video game is interactive. So when you hit a button, you want to see some change on screen. If you hit a button in a 60 FPS game and the change comes 16 milliseconds later, that's about as good as you can get. Yeah. Hold on a second. I'm trying to see how far this individual is taking the bit. So now let's say you hit a button in a 24 FPS game. You have to wait longer to see the results of your interaction. And it gets even worse because a lot of console games are pretty laggy, or they have been pretty laggy. So because you want to layer on post-process, you want to put bloom, you want to, like, put on some nice glow around all the lights, you might need an extra frame to do that. So now you're buffering frames. So let's say that you're in a 24 FPS game, you hit a button, but it's already working on the last 2 frames. It's trying to add some cool lighting shit to it. So now you're, like, on your 3rd frame. It's called triple buffering. You hit a button. The first time the game is going to acknowledge that input is 3 frames later at 24 frames a second. Now means you're dealing with, like, 150, 200 milliseconds of lag in between you hitting a button and it showing up on your TV. In addition, your TV may also have another 150 milliseconds. It just kind of stacks on from there. So, input lag is honestly what higher frame rates help to reduce. Or it just kind of exposes that it's a laggier game. On top of all of that, video and the way that video goes through a lens and hits film and gets developed really helps create the illusion of interpretive motion. So you guys stop picking on him. I'm trying to teach you guys about reconciliation, and here is chat picking on him. It's easy to do, but don't do it. Don't do it. You gotta. The only way you're going to change behavior is by demonstrating the behavior you want, not by antagonizing people. How much does monitor screen and response rate matter? A lot. I mean, it's like it's all chunks of lag that get added on to a laggy experience. This is kind of like it's already a puzzle. Oh, I got it. Maybe I got to climb out here. No. It's interesting they dump you in this room and it's timed, so you got to figure out how to get out. What game is this? Killzone Shadowfall. What's up, old bones?
Lucas, we couldn't have done that without you.
No, I haven't done Bloodborne yet. I don't think it's any different. Okay, so sorry. 24 frames in film looks like more than 24 because of motion blur, which is something video games try to emulate to look more like film. It gets kind of silly, and that's why in video games it doesn't make as much sense. Nor do lens effects, by the way. The fucking you see the lens flares on the monitor? Your eyes are not a lens. You don't see those in real life. But they started adding them to make it look like a movie. So, I don't know. Video games just look better when they are higher frame rate with less video, or less motion blur.
I'll take it.
Because when they do that, they stop trying to look like movies and instead just create a visual scene for your eyeballs to look at that your brain then interprets as motion, instead of trying to copy all of the techniques that help your brain assume motion in a movie.
Take no chances.
No, I didn't sign up for this.
So comparing
You signed up for my help.
comparing movies to games is kind of a
on the other side.
non-starter
Come on.
because they present video data in different ways, and your eyes and your brain interpret them in different ways. Not only because it's interactive, but primarily because it's interactive. So that's a very long-winded diatribe about why 60 FPS is way better than 30. It's really hard to go back, which made it just a chore to play anything on console for the past 7 years.
There's still a lot of danger. Wait here while I check things out.
James Cameron's filming Avatar 2 in 60 FPS? Fuck yeah. I honestly think CG is going to look a lot more realistic when it's higher frame rate
Gotta be careful.
than trying to mimic how real objects look on film at low frame rates, which again is what video games have tried to do for a long time. As much as I hate to say so, Sean has a point when it comes to individuals being part of a organization in the name of cohesion and cultural development within the organization. They do become de-individualized in regards to their ideals, and the organization or group ideas supplant personal ones in the name of group or organizational survival, which is commonly known and studied within management. The way it's seen framing in
Lucas, stay behind.
by Sean is framing it in my eyes seems a bit dickish. It is a bit dickish. It is.
Wait. We were promised safe passage.
I'm trying to
Please.
trying to steer it back towards
Got
center
my
though.
son with me. We're unarmed. Hey, stop!
I think it's also just,
You can't do this.
I don't want to make any assumptions, but people tend to talk about corporate entities like individual group, like an individual thing. Granted, in the eyes of the law, it is. Is that shadow falling? Sometimes murder can be good.
What's wrong with him? Why isn't he moving?
But yeah, I feel like until you are a human being who works on a team that is also part of a larger organization, it's very easy to see companies as this monolithic thing that's living and breathing and making political statements that is then 100% like validated and agreed upon by all of its employees.
No, looks like you're gonna have to stick with me, kid.
Can't tell you. I don't think there's a single company I've worked for
We'll be okay once we get to the other
that
side.
I fully agreed with.
Come on.
Any time I started to feel like that, it became very clear that it was like, yeah, okay, this is a technique to get me to work harder, and it worked on me a little bit. But yeah, believing in a company is stupid, whether you work for it or you're consuming its products. And companies don't have morals and they don't have convictions.
Well done, Lucas. You're the youngest cadet ever
people
to
who
be
work
admitted
there
to the
do.
Shadow Marshal Academy. You should be proud. I know if your father was here, he'd feel the same way. All our people want is to be kept safe. That means taking the fight to the Hellgast. It means crossing the wall.
Brownie, thank you for the resub.
Still Vector.
It's been said that the Funhouse team know more about what went
One
on
day
recently
you're
than
gonna
the
get
public.
it
Feel like elaborating? No, it is
For all of us.
not my place to elaborate, because we're still in a situation where it would cause unpleasantness for people who don't deserve
Marshal
it.
program is honored to have you, Lucas. You know where you have to go. And you know what happens if you get caught. You're let out on a wall in chains. With the back over your head. Paraded. Or mocked.
Another issue to why games don't look as cinematic as films, because most game studios haven't hired cinematographers yet. Yeah, and the ones that do, nobody really cares. I'm gonna be honest, like, luckily we're moving past this
You have no idea how sickening this is to us.
weird insecure desire to beat movies as games. It happened a long time ago, but man, everybody was
Alongside the people who destroyed our planet.
I think the new Wolfenstein games from Machine Games have really good cinematography.
Judging us.
A lot of
Treating
the
us like we are the criminals.
special, like Marvel Spider-Man and Miles Morales have incredible cinematography. Ooh, the new Tomb Raiders have very, very good cinematography.
We'll protect you forever, Shadow Marshal.
It just kind of rolls over people.
And take the rest of your city.
Try it.
It just doesn't matter.
Be as easy as the last time.
It's always fascinating to me to see the difference between what games enthusiasts say they want out of games and then what the market demonstrates people actually want out of games. Yeah, feed is 900p.
Halt!
It's a good compromise between encoding quality and and people who watch streams on their phones at 160.
By the supreme command of
I've got a
Lady
pretty
Aerovisar,
juiced up X264 encoder spitting this video out, so hopefully it's a little clean.
we hereby sanction the release.
I mean, the real enemy there is Twitch's bitrate.
And for them to be returned.
Oh, Brown! Oh, Brown redeeming the trading card. Let's do it. You got it. Da 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 da. Somebody's getting a trading card from the bag of trading cards. So, for anyone who doesn't know what this is, Nintendo Power used to distribute video game trading cards in their magazine. And I kept them for a long time. And then there's like baseball cards in there too, and I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie commemorative cards and some other weird shit. I just found it in my room when I went back for last holiday and I decided to keep it. All right, here we go, Brownie. Here's your card. What do we got? Ooh, Falco Lombardi. Wait, what does that say? Approved. What are we approving? He's approved to be a part of Star Fox or Star Wing, depending on where you are. I guess he's got some shits over here. You can see that his height is 1.88 SMs. There's probably lore on here that somebody would want to know. Here, let me read the back for you guys. There's stupid Nintendo Power branding. Former head of a gang of space hot rodders, Falco's piloting skills are second only to Fox's. He's often described as hot-headed and arrogant, but he's cool under fire and fiercely loyal to his teammates. If he could only curb his recklessness and his quick temper, he might just mature into an even better pilot than Fox. Scouting report. In Sector X, take the left-hand path to find the warp gates. Shoot each of the 4 warp gates until they turn red and open up. Fly through the gates to activate the warp mechanism. You'll pass through a hazardous warp zone before you enter Sector Z. Cool. There. Not quite a PlayStation brand, but there you are. That is a cool car. Yeah, spoilers. Spoilers. All right. Do not post your address into chat. Don't do that. Don't do it. Do not dox yourself. Ah, Deonix, thank you for the Prime sub. But you can whisper me, or I'll whisper you later about it, and I will send that to you. Okay, just want to take it down so I don't forget where goes where. I haven't watched the 48 Hertz Hobbit films. I really want to. Everyone says it makes it look like a soap opera, but I am all about high frame rate. I am all about it. I don't care. In movies, in TV shows, everything. Give me max frame rate. What's really fun, you guys? Find you a shitty mid-90s CG-laden garbage film like Mortal Kombat, especially Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and put your TV's motion smoothing onto max. Like, take some shots and watch like full motion smoothed Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Take my word for it, you're gonna have a great time. Or like a Transformers film. Oh, saw people tweeting out the PS5 purchases and not censoring their addresses? Yeah. Remember Wario had to get people the ups, be like, don't do this. Late to the card, this game's art. Oh, Nickel, you're right on time. It's pre-rendered video. Couldn't even do their tech fly-through. We're on PS5 now. You gonna play a video file for me? Stupid. Do you recommend the PS5? Is it worth the expense, or do you like Xbox better, or both consoles? I like both. There are individual things that each console does a little bit better than the other one. But it's actually really difficult to make a blanket recommendation. The easiest one is if you care about big, expensive Sony games, you have to get a PS5. And I think that's going to settle it for most people. But they both have like pluses and minuses about backwards compatibility. They both have pluses and minuses about the hardware and the ecosystem. I think you'll probably be able to buy a Series X a lot sooner than a PS5. So, oh yeah, and the architecture of this building is bananas. I remember just kind of wandering around this, just staring at all these little blue streamers. Maybe I was high, but still. The fact that I remember it means I wasn't. Is it unfair to say that when you have a decent PC, the PS5 is the only one that feels like a console? Yeah, no. You're right.
We're gonna have to convince them. I have to go.
Yeah, if you have a PC, you don't need an Xbox.
Welcome home, Lucas.
Unless you just really don't want to upgrade your
Thank you,
PC or it's getting older.
The men might appreciate what you did, but
If you have a PC gaming setup,
you're too important to this operation.
a $500 Series X is a
Important to me.
better gaming
I had to.
setup than a new PC.
Captured was the only way those men were getting out alive.
But you also can't
Luckily,
like
we had someone
do all the PC things on a Series X. So
Codename's Echo. Chancellor Vasari took a keen interest in getting her back. Besides the
Snoop?
fact that she's
Snoop?
a half-breed, we've got nothing on her.
I want to get to like the first level and just walk around a little bit. So I'm not playing in kid mode. I'm a grown-up Shadowfall now.
As ruler of New Helgen, I will not
I take it you've seen this.
the same mistakes of the past.
Is the PS5 controller hype real?
Negotiations broke down days ago. The government's wondering.
It's cool. My mind isn't blown because a lot of this stuff existed already.
Since when do we start relying on politicians?
That's my boy.
Got him.
Look, I know I'm asking.
The controller's layout is a lot closer to an Xbox in terms of size and comfort, which is good. The Rumble is really cool, but it's HD Rumble.
Whatever I can do, sir.
Like the Joy-Cons had it. It's not quite as like intense. Sorry, HD Rumble is not as intense as this. So this has bigger, stronger motors because it's a bigger controller. Joy-Cons are tiny. They have little bzz, bzz.
Infiltrating military communications, troop movements, and logistics. We need hard evidence, then we can strike.
What happened?
As an FPS dude, the idea of adaptive trigger seems cool as hell.
That was 2 hours ago.
I'm hoping games use it.
I need
The
you
triggers,
back in there.
the triggers are impressive. Yeah.
Contact me when you
It feels
located the
cool.
crew and retrieve the intel.
The only game I've played so far that uses them is
Hellgas
Spider-Man,
right there, so at this
but
point, it's
I
down
got
to
Astro's
you
Playroom.
can't
I'm
leave.
gonna get bug snacks. Oh, thank you, Sammy J.
Clean this up. Do what you do best.
Use a Pro Controller over Joy-Con. Yeah, I think most people do. Ooh. I did for a while, but I don't know. Like, I actually have a better experience playing with Joy-Con now. Just 2 separate Joy-Con. Like I got a Shadow Glove. I got my Hacking Glove. I got my Hack Knife. I will secure this purification plant. My knife's out and ready to stab. I'm just so happy this game's 60 FPS. Oh my gosh. Cool. I worry the adaptive mechanism in the trigger would break quite easily. I cannot see Sony putting out a controller where they didn't stress test the actual mechanics of that trigger. It's possible, but it just seems super unlikely to me that Sony would put out any piece of hardware that's prone to breaking. I am the Shadow.
This is Shadow 1-8. I'm inside the facility.
Good job, 1-8. Locate and secure your owl and weapons package.
Copy that.
Oh boy, there's gonna be a really sick sequence of me like strapping up, and then I'm gonna get a gun and I'm gonna pull the slide back and I'm gonna be able to see the bullet in the chamber, and then I'm gonna let the slide go and it's gonna click all satisfying like, and I'm gonna be like, ooh, what's the performance compared to a PC? I guess in terms of the way that you move around and the UI and the responsiveness of the console, it feels like a mid to high end gaming PC. With how snappy and responsive everything is, which is great. Holy shit, man. Got so tired of like just waiting on everything. The loads, the UI being slow as hell, the trying to launch a game and then it just sits there for like a solid minute. Where it's like, oh, we're trying to authenticate. What is this? This is Killzone Shadowfall, a PS4 game running on PS5 at blisteringly crisp 60 FPS.
Resistance. Use your tactical echo to spot any threats. Tread carefully.
Oh, right.
Pulsar out.
Yeah, is GTA 5 load in under 15 minutes, I'm assuming. What? You're just gonna make me walk in front of this camera? Oh yeah, I remember the like stealth mechanics of this game being pretty solid. I think they make it so you have to get seen. Maybe not. Ah, you got me. No! No! I am just a tiny Shadowfall. No, wait, I'm a grown Shadowfall now. I'm grown! Is Bloodborne 60 FPS? Unfortunately, no. So that's what's weird about PS5 backwards compatibility. Some games get just get 60 FPS for free. Well, maybe not for free. I'm gonna assume that Sony probably did some massaging to some of this backwards compatibility, but still, some stuff got 60 FPS. Some of the games that are locked at 30, like Bloodborne, are still locked at 30, even on PS5. And that also holds true for like the, what is it, like the quality mode and a lot of PS4 Pro titles. If you put it in quality mode, theoretically the PS5 could easily do 4K 60 on those games, but it doesn't because those like configurations are locked to 30, which is a bummer. But it may not be the case for forever. I'm trying to remember what jump is. There it is. Yeah! Well, Far Cry maneuver there. Oh, Bloodborne's 25. That's right. Yeah. That's a shame. I mean, I got it downloaded. I do love me some Bloodborne. I've been looking for a reason to play it again. I'm hoping they put out a 60 FPS patch. Yeah, the FPS is tied to the game logic. In some cases, there is that guy who made the 60 FPS patch, and he said it does break some things, but a good majority of the game runs pretty well. Yeah, Killzone dropped frames on PS4 pretty hard. I mean, it was still a beautiful game, but I remember it being like, okay, you know, launch, it's a new console.
It's been over a month now, and I still haven't received the parts I need. You can't expect me to have this place up and running if you won't supply me with what I need.
The controllers are really clear.
Drafting in extra workers. I don't need help. I need parts. I know you're reading this. You can't ignore me.
Ah.
Some of us still have pride, you know. Some of us still care.
Time for you to die.
We've come a long way since the tinny, shitty speaker on the Wii remote, huh? Oh, he's coming. He's gonna get a knife. Got him. Knife to see you. Get to the point. Oh. Do you need an objective marker because you're stuck? Got him. Got him. God, I love getting them. Alright, I looked around a bit. I swore there was like another vista. Ah, alright. Look at all this cool stealth in a Killzone game. Okay, alright. Let's try another backwards compatibility business. I know like Last Guardian I think is now at 60, which is great. Trivial Pursuit runs like a monster. Let's check out the Bloodborns. I'm pretty sure it's just 25, but let's check out those load times, huh? That's gonna be something. Thought they artificially limited the PS4 release with 30 FPS build, and the PS5 version was unlocked because the PS4 Pro version still had some performance issues. In regards to which game? It seems to be by the game. Last Guardian could be whatever it wants. It's still a nightmare to play. Yeah. Play offline. I'm some kind of coward. Come and get it. So ready for Ace Combat stream? Yeah. Oh. Jeez. Continue, it says. I don't remember where I was. It must be near the end of the game. Oof. Oof, that's a frame rate, though. Ooh, it hurts. Oh. It hurts to go back. It could be so much better. It could be so much better. All the Souls games run at 60. Got my sick cane, though. I never stopped using the whip cane. This item, or this weapon was so cool. Look at that wide stance. That guy's ready for power. It doesn't even look like it's running at 1080 either. Maybe it is. Maybe my eyeballs just get offended at pixels now. So, yep. Them's the breaks. But yeah, Sekiro runs at 60, so that's good. This is the PS5 remaster. There is no remaster of Bloodborne. It is Bloodborne PS4 running on a PS5. Or rather, it was. Just spent 2 hours trying to prep the most tech-illiterate people ever for their SharePoint migration. Had to explain while demonstrating on a shared screen what a drag and drop was 4 times. Woo! Earning that money today. Oh, PKONet, hey! Thank you for the sub. Hope to get a PS5 soon. Your drawing stream of Demon Souls is great and really sold the console. Yeah, that's good. Sometimes I don't ever want to be mean to consoles. Flashback to me dogging on Spider-Man. Colvrek, thank you for the sub. Husband surprised me with Breath of the Wild and a Princess Mononoke shirt for my birthday. He also let me get a cute lewd tentacle sweater. Ooh, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad you had a good birthday. Hopefully everything's on track for you to get your operation in and out. Wish Horizon would get a 60 FPS update. Just buy a gaming PC. Ruffle, ruffle, ruffle. That's the other thing too. I'm kind of hoping that. Oh yeah, that's 60, baby. I'm kind of hoping with Horizon on PC. Hopefully Sony gets a whiff of all the revenues that they're just walking away from. I expect that best case scenario they would do like a 6 to 9 month exclusive window on PlayStation brand. But oh, Cyber Ray, you missed me on Funhouse. Yeah, yeah. I'm kind of enjoying doing my own thing for now, but there are moments when it would be nice to work with the team again. Luckily, I can just like dial up my bros and get some stuff going. It's basically the best of all situations. I feel like Sony's kind of bad about walking away from money. I mean, so is Nintendo. They both have strategies that are based around like curating brand integrity. Microsoft's starting to walk that road. It took them a while, I think, to understand what was truly required for long term. But yeah. And it works, man. They have so much cachet in the PlayStation brand that despite what seemed to me a pretty rocky marketing window for the PS5, you can't buy one. So that's the power. That's the power of doing it right. I haven't played Demon Souls yet, no. That'll probably be the game I finish on because it's the game I'm gonna start playing, not just dicking around for a little bit. And yeah, Nintendo, I mean, like, how easy would it be for Nintendo to launch a... I mean, Nintendo Online's kind of it, but the floodgates are still very much closed. But like, imagine they charge $15 a month for access to their whole library on Switch. Ding! Just like that. It's a Switch they could flip at any time. But if they did that, they couldn't charge $60 for 3 middling remasters. So, there's still power there. And you lose the power if you basically do what Microsoft did, which is Game Pass it. But that seems to be working for them too, so it's great. Yeah, Captain Turtle, I tried to buy through Walmart today as well. I got all the way to the last screen, and by the time I was able to actually check out, it told me it was gone. Man, I lost my mind because like when it hit noon, it instantly clicked to sold out, and I was like, what the fuck? But then I refreshed a few more times, and it clicked back into add to cart. So it's so weird to see this game running at 60 FPS. This is wonderful. Do you have any future content planned after COVID? I know there's a lot of stuff you said was coming when you first departed Funhouse. We'll see, man. It's a different world now. So the people I was talking to in the productions they wanted to do, theoretically they still want to do them, but they've been so distracted by other stuff in the meantime of basically figuring out how to do what they're doing during COVID, that a lot of the projects I was talking about launching have been backburnered a bit. So we'll see. We'll see. I really can't say. I've done a couple of production things during COVID, but they've mostly been like background stuff. Yeah, Elmatic. I agree. The camera and the frame rate. For me, the frame rate was particularly bad because it was also not a responsive game at all. So the frame rate, kind of like I was ranting about earlier with my stupid phone math, and this game ran at like sub 20 frames, and then also you would hit a button and then a second later the dude would jump. You basically had to just like sort of, it's like you had to write down all your instructions, stuff them into the console, and then wait for them to happen. And at a lower frame rate, that just made it even worse. This is one of those games that everyone cared about until the day it came out. Yeah. Although it was like the previous generation of art games. Also, it took 15 years to come out, so it was kind of an intersection of Japanese developers just not being able to keep pace with game development in the Gen 7 era. Should go to midday snack. I'm gonna try soup. Soup's not bad. I got a box of Quest bars. Those are about 200 calories each. So that can be a little heavy depending on what you want for a snack. Eggs, hard-boiled eggs, are really good. Yogurt. A handful of nuts, cashews or almonds or something like that. So like this is still freaking wild. Of like, you see what? This is what made this game unplayable to begin with, and it's still there. It's like, God, it's just the input. The input lag is just bananas. The frame rate is higher. The input lag is still outrageous. Yeah, I don't understand why this game has such incredible input delay. That's immediately what stood out to me. At least the frame rate's higher, but the fact that it's like, it's just outrageous input delay plus bad frame rates made it unplayable for me. You gonna be mad at me, Trico? Gonna be mad at me? Gonna be mad? Yeah, great looking game, nightmare to play, yeah. I feel like I'll be able to get through it on PS5 now. It's just, yeah, it's just got loads and loads of pretty old motion blur, too. Like, pretty blurry, streaky stuff. You find yourself leaning more towards drinking or smoking during the pandemic as a vice. I've been on the vape a lot. I would, for sure. If I weren't on camera. If I were just working from home, checking emails, dude, I'd be half in the bag all the time, probably. Unless I got really tired of it. Which, who gets tired of weed? Drinking for a while, but it just makes me feel like shit, so. And I'm trying to lose weight. But yeah, since I stream, that's a good motivator to be sober every so often. Oh, Dragon's Dogma 2 leaked? Ooh, that's good. Yeah, Ska bless California. Exactly. What other backwards compatibility stuff did I want to tick through? That's so weird that it goes to your collection first and not installed. I wonder if there's a way to change that. Oh yeah, God of War. Let's check out God of War. Gardevoir. Urban Caribou, thank you for the sub. You got busy with life, but you're back. It's all about the cycle. My blood has been 32% THC all pandemic.
That's one less horror in the
people
world.
do what they gotta do to get through this shit, man. Ah, Pipes, thank you very much for your cheer. Did 13 Aegis Mech improve outside of the visual novel stuff? I mean, I think it's mostly visual novel stuff. So, I'm not sure. I didn't go back to it yet. But now I get that 660 FPS with the visual novels. Yeah. Alana's gonna work at Sony Santa Monica now? Yeah, that's good shit. Normally I would raise an eyebrow at games media people getting hired to do writing roles, but she's a writer. You guys, it's so smooth! What? Oh. And I got my blades! Oh, this is beautiful. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't wait. Oh my god. I'm kind of annoyed that I replayed a lot of it at like 30 or sub 30. Oh, this is so good. I think Ghost is 60 on PS5, yeah. The author Miyuki Miyabe wrote an incredible novel for Ico Shadow Castle in the Mist. She gave the characters story, lore, and meaning as to why everything happened in the game. It's not one of my favorite novels. Ooh, I'll have to check that out. I feel like I got a good amount of meaning out of Ico. But hey, what's up, Furious Jojo? Never played God of War? Oh man, oh it's so good. 2018 God of War is one of the best games, like all around. I would say like top 20 for sure. Maybe a top 10er, like all time. Amazing game. There's very little about it that doesn't hit. Like every mechanic, every system, it all plays together super, super well. The writing has like artistic merit and it's delivered well. There are themes that are important and not just glossed over or bounced off of. It's so good. Yeah, if you haven't played 2018 God of War, and you're getting a PS5, absolutely play it. Absolutely play it. It's probably, I mean, I don't know about Miles Morales or Demon. Well, I guess it's as good as any other piece of software that's on PS5. Not in 4K, but what? Actually, wait a minute. It does have a performance mode, which is, I'm gonna guess that makes it 30. I'm gonna guess. Wait, what? I was playing a Gimme God of War. Oh no. Oh no. I probably, I think I have to turn on my old PlayStation and then sync my save. Okay, well, at least the save is still there. Yeah, here we go. So it does checkerboard 4K. And yeah, it's at 30. Actually, that looks well under 30. That menu looks sick, though. I guess at this point it's rendering checkerboard 4K and then downsampling to 1080, which is all kinds of dumb. Also, who cares? There it is. Oh, there's that juice. That's good stuff. Okay, yeah. This is not my save. I will have to I'll have to boot up the old PS4 and manually cloud sync some things. Which makes me think that I think that wasn't my wipeout save either, but whatever. Oh god, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, they didn't update Ghost yet? Why didn't I download Ghost of Tsushima? Why didn't I do that? Also, like it. Sort by. God, the random combo of junk that I have honed on PS5. Detroit? So many good games. Get that 60 FPS Battleship. Or Hatsune Miku VR Future Live. Does PSVR work at all on PS5? Are there enough dongles and like adapters to make it go, or does it just not happen? Because I feel like PSVR would probably get a lift out of being able to render higher frame rates. How's it hard to? Oh, I can't play The Order. Damn, I actually would like to play that game again at higher frame rates. How's the hard drive space showing up? Good question. Let's find out. I'm already one battery down on the controller. Interesting. It'd be cool if it gave you like battery life statistics, so you could incontrovertibly tell people the fucking battery sucks dick. But it's going okay so far. I mean, people say it's on par with the DualShock 4, which is not the best news, but people seem fine with it, so whatever. All right, storage. So like, okay, so okay, let's say I'm in a game, right? How do you turn the system? How do you put the system into standby with 3 taps? Somebody said that was possible. I'm not quite sure where that is, but I believe it's possible. I just need to know the shortcuts. So, 280 left. Yeah, that's gonna fill up real quick. I was able to get like, I want to say about 40 games of varying sizes installed on a Series X. It's probably gonna be less here. USB-C means faster charging. Theoretically, it does. Loofbox. Theoretically, it does. 1 tap. Go to power and then rest. Okay. Okay, 1 tap. 1 tap. Go to power 1. Okay, it was already on. Was it already on power? Okay, so let's try this. Let's say I'm playing a sweet video game. Go here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's way more than 3. 1, 2. Let's say home is the default. It's not that much more than 3. So let's say I'm playing a game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 buttons to go into rest mode. Presuming that your cursor goes to home. It's not that bad. Hold on, I'm gonna wait for I can hear the fan actually. I can hear it. It's a little louder than the Series X fan. What if you hold the PlayStation button down? I think it still just brings up the switcher, but I could be wrong. Because I tried to do that before, and it does, like, before it bring open that pane with like your account and stuff in it, which is actually nearly identical to the way Xbox does it now that I think about it. Super Bosnian Pal, thank you for the Prime sub. Okay. give her the beep. Still has that, like, PC chirp. I'm still confused why they actually have, like, a PC speaker that makes that beep. I mean, I love how quickly it comes back, though. That's great. Okay, so if I hold it down... Yeah, holding it down just takes you back to home, which actually gets you further away from turning it off. It looks like the most... it's in the switcher. That's not so bad. At least it wraps around. But like if you're dicking around with your downloads and then you're like, okay, whatever, let me go back to God of War. I gotta turn it off. And you go down and you're like, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, not a big deal, but it's just... That's kind of what we're into judging UI now. I like these cards. We're back to rounded corners. Let's just round... Everything about new gen is rounded corners again. I'm not a big fan of them putting this in every Switcher thing. Of like having a sponsored post in... I guess it's not visible right now. I've never liked it. You can't get rid of the explore thing. And the fact that the system... Maybe it doesn't always boot to that. Here, let's try this. Let's try this. Oh! I'm getting toted. Does that mean Muscle Party's muscling on in? How does a native 1080... Or how does 1080 look at the PS5 on a 1440p monitor, since PS5 doesn't have 1440p support yet? It's, oh, it's a fake raid. All right. Thank you, Brett. Hello, Froggy Muscles. It looks lower resolution. The PS5 looks, you know, I can tell the difference between 1080 and 1440. So, weird breakdown now, like PS5 1080p 60, Series X 1440p 60. In the living room, they're both 4K 60. But also Twitch doesn't have the bitrate to even remotely realize the advantage of any of that. So it's kind of moot from a streaming point. If I were on YouTube, it would matter a little bit more. I can capture 4K. I have the hardware for that. I just can't pass it through. So I did actually get a splitter and downscaler, so I can like run the PS4 in 4K to my capture card and 1080p to my monitor. But that's more cords, and God knows I don't need more cords. So that's kind of where my head's at. Let's see, are there any more backwards compat stuff I want to... Yeah, I'll check out Ghost as soon as it finishes, which should shortly here. Sure, let's look at Dragon's Crown. I haven't started this yet. Would you ever be up for some Wipeout Omega online? What is even the online functionality of that game? I gotta admit, I've never played it online. Hello, Mossfer8. Is it cute or gross? Can it be both? I just want to see those sorceress boobies jiggling around. Hear about the new Bond game from IO. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm really excited for that. They're like the only developer that I'd be down with. I mean, I guess any like Machine Games could probably make a pretty epic Bond game, but ooh, that's loud. Yeah, there we are. Crush my head with your abs, Amazon. Give me that sorceress, though. I think it was the female sorceress. There she is. Booyah. Damn! This game rules. God damn, girl. This is a real video game. Get out of here with that fake video game shit. We don't do that. What was that? Oh, I can touch? Bloop. What was I? Why was I missing this? Oh, you could... Oh, you can't give me this power. You can't give me the power to poke. Yeah. Who said the touchpad wasn't used? It's all about the food, whatever. Yeah, like some big cantaloupes, some giant watermelons, some 2 large hams. I know exactly what you're talking about.
All right.
His head is so tiny.
All right.
Well then. Oh yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah, of course. How do you... Titania. Was that the name of the... Is that the name of the character? The, like... The booby chick from that South Park episode? You've noticed my daughter's rockin' tits. So good. Also, when you have 4 player slots on a screen,
Indeed.
that's when you know you're in for some good video games.
You seated yourselves and called for a stein of the finest mead. Your partner, Ranny, is in a particularly good mood.
I wonder why.
Having the bar's spirits buoyed your spirits. When things are lively, Ranny will recount a certain tale. You were an adventurer, just starting out, and didn't know right from left. It was then that you first met.
Oh, Captain Scarta. Thank you for the Prime sub. Or Scartao. Ooh. Goodness. Imagine having those girls smack each other like that every time you twirl around. Damn. Why is she holding her hat? Whew, that must hurt. Is her back okay? It's fine. She's holding her hat. Good sprite work in this game. Pretty good sprite work here. Ooh. Ice bolt. God, this game rules. It's like it's kind of like the action RPG that everyone else says they want and then didn't really pay attention to when it came out. Myself included, by the way. Big time myself included. On to the next stage. You got it. God, that slosh. It's weird because it looks like her boobs have a nipple, but like... So... I've long been amused at how animators can just move nipples around on a woman to make sure that they're covered, even though they absolutely are not. But like her boobs have a little like point at a certain point in their slosh that implies that's where the nipple would be, because that's where the nipple should be. It's just not there. They just like... They kind of like pick the boob up and just slide it on down onto the bottom somehow. Pick up apple. Eat apple. Alright, let's check out Ghost. Oh, that's kind of neat. I love that tapping the PlayStation button opens that that window in context. I don't think I downloaded my saves for Ghost. I think it might actually be... Hold on, let me check. Did I download saves for Ghost? I can't remember. I can't remember, you guys. Luckily, it doesn't matter. Game loads so fast. Game loads so fast. I can just do whatever I want. Yeah, I've seen Jaden Smith's face a lot. I don't care. Where was it? There you are. I think I did this, but I'm gonna do it again. Did I scroll past it? Maybe I never uploaded my save from my PS4. I turned it off at some point because it kept hammering me with annoying notifications. I think it was like it kept trying to upload my like PT save file and it was like, I can't do this. And I was like, oh, shut up. CloudSync doesn't seem elegant at all. It never was. Sony's handling of cloud saves has always been pretty trash. It's not bad. It functions, but you kind of have to be more on top of it. You got to manage it a lot more. Microsoft made their shit as background as they possibly could. Try to get a PS5 again today. No luck. I want to say me too, even though I'm on a PS5 right now, but Stephanie got this one, so she's letting me borrow it. 2Z Mountains. Thank you for the Prime. Again, that's like the minutia you kind of have to get into when it comes to recommending a platform now. It's like, do you want to dick around with cloud saves? Do you care about that? Does that bother you at all? A lot of people don't. They just don't mind it. I'm kind of surprised that, like, to me, there were just teensy tiny little annoyances with the PlayStation ecosystem that Microsoft has been able to weed out. And those kind of make the difference for me. But I understand they don't for everyone. That was weird. I thought I turned HDR off because there's no reason it should be on. But I think it really likes turning it on. No, it's off. That's weird. I wonder why I had to adjust the brightness up. Yeah. Maybe this? Yeah, that actually looks a lot better. Okay, I think it was still trying to do full RGB range stuff. Well, then now I need to reset the... Yeah. Okay, sure, we can see frame rate regardless. This looks 60. It does. Has that screen even an SDR? I mean, yeah, every game has like a brightness adjustment. I just want to go back and readjust it now that I've turned... I can't. Well, it'll be over bright. Which kind of means it's not going to be, it's not going to be very Kurosawa, but whatever. Do not transfer your save data. No, because you have to do it manually. Or rather, because, like, I don't know, I kept getting this litany of errors about cloud saving on PS4. So that got annoying. So I just started ignoring cloud save notifications. So I think it's been a while since I pushed any of my saves from PS4 to the cloud, because I turned off manuals. Or I turned it to manual. I don't know. You have to like set it individually if you want a game to automatically sync. Which is annoying. Looks really good though. Is there a way to... Is there not a way to skip this? Nope. Too much art. No skipping of art. I played Spider-Man for a little bit, United. I haven't played Demon Souls yet, because that's just gonna be... That'll be how I end the night, is just playing Demon Souls for the rest of the night. But yeah, I gotta boot up my PS4 and upload whatever saves I want to keep, because I guess it didn't do it automatically. Not the worst thing, but I did pack it and kind of put all the cords away, so that's... Yeah, whatever. Also, the PS4 can be really annoyingly touchy about, like, outputting video sometimes, so hopefully it'll be fine. I think I can just drop it over in the living room and be fine. Oh, United, I'm gonna go back to playing Spider-Man. That's alright. Don't worry about that. So many of my saves failed to upload. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It seems like Sony's cloud save implementation just seems to go with the assumption that you're gonna babysit it all. PK, thank you very much for gifting 5 subs. What build you going with the demons? I don't have one set on the outset. Usually when I play Souls, I'll find a weapon that's like within striking distance of my stats, and then just spec out into it. But the weird thing about Souls is that, like, you're not allowed to change your mind very much, especially when you don't know if something's good or not. That's always the weird thing about, like, dedicating too hard to one piece of gear or one weapon, and then just find out that it doesn't scale well, or its attack animations are way too slow. Alright, are you gonna let me see settings now? No? No? We're not doing that? Eh, should have covered himself in oil. Why'd he do that? Sorry for the flashbang, everybody. Pretty sure I've got to lower the brightness a little bit. Is there a way to do that? Oh, there we go. Oh, that was in high resolution? Huh. So does... I wonder, does... Oh! Yeah, one second. Oh, baby. So much butter. Oh my god. That's phenomenal. You feeling the haptics? I mean, they were there, they were there, but this game is not tuned for like DualSense haptics. So it's just sending PS4 rumble, which, I mean, yeah, I'm used to my controller shaking during cutscenes. Damn, there's so many good like character action games that are so much more enjoyable at high frame rate. Excited to... I never did 100% Ghost, even though I really, really liked it, so I might... PS5 will have me... We'll see, there's a lot of new stuff to play too, but it'd be nice to go back to Ghost and finish it off. It'd be nice to, pick up God of War, and give me God of War again. Because, man, was I enjoying that playthrough. That game is so well designed. Once this game comes to PC, man, I wish. Oh, there's New Game Plus? Okay, maybe I'll do New Game Plus on the hardest difficulty, the lethal difficulty. That might be fun. All right, let's... What am I doing? Oh, dang it. I didn't think that was... I thought those were my guys. I'm Bad Samurai. Gotta fucking love this game. It's a real treasure. And what I'm just so happy about is that a lot of the PS4 late life cycle stuff is scaling up so well. It's almost like they knew. Almost like it. But it's like PlayStation output in the last like 3 years, the PS4 was so phenomenally awesome that it's such good news in general that these games are still easily accessible via PS5 and they play so much better. Like I gotta admit, I was a little soft on PS5 because they just weren't saying any of this stuff. And now that it's here and you can kind of get a full feeling of it, that it really is leaning more into the PlayStation ecosystem of things versus kind of being, it is a platform for everything because they sell the most. But I feel like Series X is like, yeah, we got Game Pass, we bought all these studios, it's all over the place. Whereas Sony's like, we're going to make our experience the most curated and like punched up thing we possibly can. So the suite of games that Sony Interactive Studios brings you are going to be the best experience, and you're only going to get them here. So cool stuff. Very cool stuff. They update 7R for PS5? Not yet. No, nor has there been news about a PC release, which I think everyone was sort of expecting by now, thinking that it was going to come out in early 2021. All right, I think that'll do it for the backwards compatibility romp. Didn't try Grand Theft Auto, which would probably be the big the big load test. But there's always Resogun. Resogun was the game I played a lot on PS4 because there wasn't another game. It was like Shadowfall and then Resogun until Second Son came out, and then I was like, oh, finally, some good fucking video games. Ansem, thank you for the sub, and yes, indeed, PS5 is big. PS5 so big. PS5 so big. You guys don't know how big the PS5 is. Have you tried Knack yet? I don't actually own Knack, so no. I gotta beat Space Jam on VHS's score.
Save the last humans.
Why worry about Knack when you've got Resogun? Everyone's talking about Resogun. Bro, you copped that PS5? It's got this wild shit called Resogun.
Shield.
There's Dash. All right.
Weapon power up.
And yes, same developers as Super Stardust. They used to make awesome arcade games, and then they stopped because they said no one bought them. And they're like, well, okay. I guess we'll never do that again. It was actually a pretty sad press release where they were like, we tried our hardest, but the market demonstrated they don't care. So now we're making an RPG or something. I can't remember what they're making, actually. They announced their next game. Housemarque is a delightful developer.
Overdrive charged.
This buttery smooth 60 FPS.
Point. Phase complete. Keeper detected.
You played G Darius. I've played a couple of the Dariuses, but I don't think I played that one. It's been a while since I played a good shoot 'em up. Now that I think about it, R-Type Final 2 is a thing that exists. Which, man, who saw that one coming? So I'm excited for that. Oh, human, no! There he goes. He's fine. He's fine.
Weapon power up. Human lost.
Oh no! How could I do this?
Detected.
Oh, I'm remembering now. Yeah, they send enemies in on a track, and if you kill all of them, you drop a person. And you gotta take the person. You gotta protect the person. Save the human. Imagine if, for like ambulance services, you got fucking trophies for saving lives. Then people would do it a lot more, I bet. Level up that old PlayStation profile.
In danger.
Oh. Housemarque is making a third-person horror shooter called Returnal. Okay, all right. Also, Space Jam. I saw your. Was that is your score, right? Only fitting that you would you'd have the inside scoop on what Housemarque is up to. Well, that's fun, and like it launches launches fast, it plays great. I really can't complain about any of the backwards compatibility on PS5 so far. Only like Bloodborne not being 60. That's like the big thing, which is like the only, like God of War at 60, can't complain. But man, what if Bloodborne ran at 60 FPS? What if? We gotta wait for that, I guess. Gotta wait a minute. Hopefully Sony, good guy Sony will come through. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. That'll do it for the backwards compatibility segment of today's PS Stravaganza. I'm gonna start Demon's Souls next. Tested at Hell's Killzone. Killzone's fucking great. It's 60 FPS. It looks fantastic. I actually am excited to play through Shadowfall again. If you were referring to Shadowfall, like anything before PlayStation 4 is streaming. But yeah, let's get some Souls. Let's get some circle strafing around stuff. But yeah, PK Chase. Shadowfall's great. Basically, a lot of the big games I was looking at wanting to play again have all been upgraded. Bloodborne only exception. Can't win them all. All right, I'll be back in a second. See you guys soon.